Good evening and welcome to News Central now on News Central Television. I'm Joe Hanson. Let's take a look at the top stories for this hour. APC wins 11 local government areas as Okpebholo leads race for governorship seat. Department of State Services DSS frees 6 detained protesters ready to arraign 3. And President Ruto visits Haiti to assess Kenya-led security mission. We have all these stories and more for you. The news begins shortly. Stay with us. News Central this hour begins with the latest updates on the Edo governorship election. The All Progressives Congress APC candidate Senator Monday Okpebholo is leading in the Edo State governorship election. He has won 11 out of 16 local government areas announced so far by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC's returning officer, Professor Farouk Adamukuta, revealed that APC leads with over 244,549 votes, while the People's Democratic Party, PDP, follows with over 95,954. The Labour Party trails in third with over 13,348 votes. Earlier, a mild drama between the incumbent Governor Godwin Obaseki and members of the All Progressives Congress occurred in the early hours of today at the INEC office in Benin City, the state capital. At about few minutes to 5 this morning, Governor Obaseki visited the state resident electoral commissioner Anobum Onoha at his office. However, members of the APC who seemed to be uncomfortable with the governor's visit stormed the INEC office and demanded that Governor Obaseki vacates the office and allow INEC to complete their job. It took the intervention of the Deputy Inspector General DIG of Police in charge of the police contingent for the Edo State governorship election, Frank Mba, and men of the Nigerian military to douse the situation after they escorted Governor Obaseki out of the complex to his car as the APC supporters led by one Tony Kabaka booed him out of the premises. Meanwhile, addressing journalists at the People's Democratic Party Situation Room in Benin, Obaseki said he was at the INEC office to meet the Resident Electoral Commission after getting reports that the commission had stopped collation.
What we also, found very untoward was that less than an hour of close-up poll in some units. And even when election was still ongoing, one political party that is the party of Mr. Obaseki purportedly brought out result of 2020 election as their own result. That a news media had to come and debunk that rumor. I think that show a propensity to seek to compromise the electoral process. Maybe it is a continuation of that attempt that he has left his dignified office, his very comfortable government house, to come and sit and they seek to harass and intimidate the Resident Electoral Commissioner and other officers of INEC.
Meanwhile, the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, has acknowledged a second complaint about discrepancies in polling unit results in the Edo State governorship election. In a statement on its official X account, INEC assured the public of swift action, promising to investigate the allegations of incorrect figures on result sheets. The Commission said it is committed to ensuring transparency as the Edo Decides 2024 race heats up. INEC emphasized that only 2 complaints have been received out of the 4,519 polling units, and any proven infractions will be addressed. So far, INEC has successfully uploaded 90.33% of the election results, with results from 4,082 polling units already on its result viewing portal. Well, away from Edo now, but still on election matters, the All Progressives Congress has been declared the winner of the local government elections held in Kwara State on Saturday. Announcing the results at the Kwara State headquarters in Ilori in the early hours of Sunday, the chairman of the commission, Baba Okonla, said the APC won all 16 local government area chairmanship positions and secured all 193 councillorship seats. 5 political parties, including the APC-allied People's Movement, People's Democratic Party, Social Democratic Party, and the Accord Party, contested the local government elections. The chairman commended political parties for their commitment to a peaceful election, which he said did not record any major casualty, and the people of Kwara State for tripping out to exercise their civic rights.
To announce the outcome of the local government election into the position of chairman and councillorship in Kwara State. Firstly, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation for your tireless effort and commitment to factual reporting. Your professionalism has been instrumental in ensuring the transparency and credibility of our electoral processes. The electoral processes, which unfolded across the state's 16 local government areas and 193 wards, witnessed the participation of 5 political parties, namely APC, APM, PDP, SDP, and Accord. Our electoral officers and returning officers from the field have filed their results, and I am pleased to share the outcomes with you. After meticulous collation and verification, the All Progressive Congress APC has emerged victorious in all categories. Specifically, the APC has won all the 16 local government area chairmanship position. The party has also secured all 193 councillorship seats. We commend political parties for their commitment to a peaceful election which did not record any major casualty, and the people of Kwara State for trooping out en masse to exercise their civic rights.
In Edo State, the State Independent Electoral Commission has set November 2 for local government elections across the state. APSEC Chairman Professor George Chima announced the date during a meeting with political parties and stakeholders in Umuahia. The elections will cover 184 wards, with party primaries scheduled between September 25 and October 4, and candidate submissions from October 5 to 7. Campaigns will run from October 18 to 31. Chairman Chima, assured stakeholders of a transparent process, emphasizing the Commission's commitment to free and fair elections. He urged political parties to follow the rules. State Inter-Party Advisory Council Chairman Chimez Iwaha pledged that 19 political parties will cooperate to ensure the election's success. Time for a break now. When we return, Vice President Kashim Shettima departs Abuja for 79th United Nations General Assembly UNGA. We'll tell you all about that after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. At the request of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Vice President Kashim Shettima, he has departed Abuja for the United States to attend the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly UNGA. Recall that President Bola Tinubu had directed the Vice President to lead the Nigerian delegation to the high-level global forum. During the session, Shettima will deliver Nigeria's national statement, participate in key meetings on the sidelines of the event, and engage in bilateral meetings. The high-level general debate is themed, Leaving No One Behind, acting together for the advancement of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for present and future generations. The UNGA is scheduled to take place from September 24 to September 28, 2024. Nigeria's federal government says that closing the communication gap between government and citizens regarding economic and policy issues is key pillar in ensuring good governance. This was made known by officials of the federal government Central Delivery Coordination Unit as it met with representatives of civil society organizations and officials of the Federal Ministry of Finance headquarters in Abuja. News Central's Joshua Imarayi has more in this report.
In attendance at this engagement are top officials of the Federal Government Central Delivery Coordination Unit, Ministry of Finance, and representatives of civil society organizations in Nigeria. The event, a sensitization session at the Federal Ministry of Finance headquarters in Abuja, is on the effective implementation of a quarterly citizens and stakeholder engagement exercise. Officials present say efforts aimed at closing the gap between the government and citizens regarding economic issues has been identified as a key necessity.
The essence of this citizen engagement is to let the citizen know what the administration is doing. The CDC, you have assigned priority areas which every minister signed on, and are reporting on it on quarterly basis.
The delivery manager of the Central Delivery Coordination Unit urged Nigerians to explore the Citizens Tracker app to keep them abreast of the latest economic policies, decisions of the government, and performance in achieving its key deliverables.
All the information you need, I'm sure you'll be able to get it there, and we have a 24-hour feedback response time. So whatever questions, observations, or comments you raise, we assure you that within 24 hours, you get a response from us. We may not have all the answers, so it will only take a longer time if we have to recourse to the ministry to give you the answers you seek.
Stakeholders at the event, however, called on the government to ensure proper digitization of their activities to avoid the spread of misinformation and fake news among citizens. In Abuja for News Central, I am Joshua Imarayi.
Away from that, at least 6 persons who were held by the Department of State Services DSS over their roles in the protest over bad governance in Nigeria have been freed by the security agency on Sunday. According to security sources, the 6 persons were freed last Thursday in Kaduna on the orders of the Director General of the DSS, Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi. According to the source on Sunday, 3 other suspects are, however, being processed by the agency for prosecution, having been found to have committed criminal offences during the protests. And over now to security matters, Nigeria's Chief of the Air Staff says that the Air Force will leverage the use of artificial intelligence to navigate the increasing violent and complex security landscape in the country, as it will help the military surmount the security challenges confronting the nation. The Air Chief made this known at the prize and award ceremony to honor graduating cadets of the 71 regular course, Direct Short Service Course 28 of the Army and Course 32 Air Force in Kaduna State, northwest Nigeria. He tasked the newly commissioned officers to serve the nation with dedication in course of their duties. We'll bring to you more on that story. But staying with security matters, the Zamfara State chapter of the All Progressives Congress has called on the federal government to declare a state of emergency to allow the fight against banditry to succeed. In a statement signed by the spokesperson of the party, Yusuf Idris, the APC alleged that Governor Dauda Lawal has been sabotaging the efforts of the federal government in the fight against banditry in the state because he did not want his predecessor, Bello Matawalle, to succeed. The party alleged that Governor Lawal is all out to ensure that the ongoing onslaught against bandits, which started yielding positive results, did not succeed for political reasons. APC accused the governor of not supporting military operations in the state in terms of logistics. To a business-related story, despite some progress made in Nigeria, gender gaps in areas like wage equality, access to capital, and leadership roles persist, often stemming from cultural beliefs about women's roles in the economy. Some concerned Nigerians have called for a broader campaign to raise awareness about the need to elevate women's economic power as a key step towards achieving gender equality and reducing poverty in the country.
Gain access to resources and systems that create prosperity. She also gains a voice and a choice. Her contributions are valued, and she has agency, including the ability to make decisions about her financial future. To make this happen, some have called for initiatives that seek to break barriers and equip women with the resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities needed to achieve their financial goals. Anchored on a mantra of her money, her power, to address the economic challenges Nigerian women continue to face, Blessing Omaku and Uche Pedro are leading a drive to elevate the conversation around women's economic advancement by highlighting the critical distinction between empowerment and power.
It's really important to be talking about what we're talking about, her money, her power, because we need the narrative about women in Nigeria to change, especially when it comes to money. When women have money, we know from data, from all the work that has been done over years, that when women have money, their families succeed, their communities succeed, their countries succeed.
Women's economic power in Nigeria is so vital for our economic development, for our societal growth, for our communities, for our families, and for our women. Nigerian women create so much value across every facet of society. If I go to my hometown today, I can confidently say that the women there are creating economic value and they have their own form of economic power.
The drive aims to challenge stereotypes and foster a national conversation about women's economic power. The enablers are calling on Nigerians, both home and abroad, to join the conversation, ask questions, and contribute their voices.
To education matters now, Nigeria's electrification program has signed an agreement with 9 universities to help them provide electricity from renewable energy. According to officials of the RIA present, this will reduce the reliance on traditional sources, unlock revenue opportunities, and boost power supply within the university. News Central's Joshua Imarayi has the details in this report.
The event, the 2024 Energizing Education Program, was organized by the Nigeria Electrification Program. In attendance were key stakeholders from tertiary educational institutions in Nigeria, medical institutions, alongside representatives from the World Bank and other development partners. Speaking at the event, the Minister of Power, who was represented at the event, emphasized the symbiotic relationship between energy access and education.
Energy access is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity that underpins our modern world. It is the catalyst that drives economic growth, improves healthcare, and empowers communities. However, its significance extends far beyond these tangible benefits. Energy access is a critical enabler of education, a cornerstone of progress and development.
The highlight of the 3-day high-level event was the signing of an agreement between the Rural Electrification Agency and 9 universities to provide access to affordable electricity using a renewable energy.
The issue of energy is a problem in Nigerian University, particularly federal. And so the coming of this project, for me, is already a relief to us. So we have to take ownership and ensure that money invested herein is not wasted.
To come with a sustainable way of, getting energy for the university is so important that we all have to buy into it. And we have to be so grateful to the people who have come up with that concept and initiative to actualize it.
Beyond boosting power supply, stakeholders say the agreement will also unlock revenue generation opportunities for the universities.
What we are now doing is to ensure that we are planning with the end in mind. So from the beginning, putting in place commercial, technical, and operational framework that would ensure that after the deployment of this mini-grid, it will continue to operate over a long period of time in the history of the university.
These assets in those universities do not only represent power for those universities. It also represents a step towards more energy efficient institutions, and those institutions could also become revenue generating entities by even being able to extend that power to surrounding communities.
The agreement is expected to help the institutions solve their power challenges and reduce their reliance on traditional electricity sources. In Abuja for News Central, I am Joshua Imarai.
Coming up next to news now, President Ruto visits Kenyan forces deployed in Haiti. We'll have more story on that. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. The news continues in North Africa, where in southern Morocco, local authorities on Saturday reported that floods have swept away a bus, leaving 2 passengers dead and 14 missing. The incident occurred after heavy rainstorms triggered exceptional flooding in Tatar province, causing house collapses and washing away the bus. 13 passengers were rescued. This follows earlier floods that killed at least 18 people in the region earlier this month. Morocco is facing its worst drought in nearly 40 years, severely impacting its agriculture sector. Experts warn that climate change is intensifying extreme weather, including storms and droughts. While the rains provide some relief, experts say sustained rainfall is needed to replenish water levels in dams and groundwater. Away from North Africa, Kenyan President William Ruto landed in Port-au-Prince and met Kenyan soldiers deployed in Haiti as members of the multinational force that has come to tackle the wave of violence sweeping the Caribbean country. Speaking during his visit, Ruto said many people thought this Haiti was mission impossible, but have changed their minds because of the progress made in Kenya's collaboration with Haitian National Police.
There are many people who thought this Haiti was mission impossible, but today they have changed their mind because of the progress you have made in collaboration with Haitian National Police. Today there is a lot more confidence that the job of stabilizing Haiti, of dealing with gangs in Haiti and violence, and making sure that we free the people of Haiti from this yoke of underdevelopment occasioned by violence is possible. I know that this job you are going to overcome. I know you are going to succeed. This is an assignment that we are undertaking as a country because we are a responsible member of the international community. And it is because we believe in.
Still ahead on news now, 4 dead, 18 hurt in Alabama mass shooting. We'll tell you more about this story. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us here. Outside the African continent is where we would look into now. Authorities say at least 4 people have been killed and 18 injured in a mass shooting in Birmingham, Alabama. According to Truman Fitzgerald, Birmingham police officer, multiple shooters fired multiple shots on a group of people in a 5 Point South area of the city. He adds that officers found the bodies of 2 men and 1 woman at the scene, while a 3rd man later died of bullet wounds in hospital, Birmingham police said. In the meantime, Fitzgerald says detectives are investigating if the gunmen walked up to the victims or drove by. However, no suspects have been arrested. A blast caused by a gas leak at a coal mine in eastern Iran has killed at least 30 people, state media said on Sunday, with more than 20 others reported missing. Governor of South Khorasan province, Javad Janat, where the mine is located, said rescue teams were working to recover 22 trapped workers. It was reported that a leak of methane gas led to the blast in 2 blocks of the mine. President Masoud Pezeshkian, in remarks carried on state TV before departing for the UN General Assembly in New York, offered his condolences to the families of the victims and ordered a probe into the deadly accident. In the United States, Donald Trump has rejected a second debate against Kamala Harris before the November 5 election, saying it was too late with early voting already underway in some states. Earlier, Harris's campaign said she had accepted an invitation to participate in a debate on October 23. It would have been the candidate's second debate after a September 10 encounter that most pundits said she had won. Trump claimed during a campaign rally in the battleground state of North Carolina that he would like to debate, calling it good entertainment value. But the start of early voting in some states had taken the air out of the idea.
Group have seen what's happening to their campaign, and it's not going well for them. And they would like, just announced a little while ago as I was coming off the plane, they would like to do another debate. Although, good entertainment value. A lot of people say, oh, do it, it's great entertainment. I've already done 2. One with none. She's done 1 debate, I've done 2. It's too late to do another. I'd love to in many ways, but it's too late. The voting is cast. The voters are out there immediately. We find she lied. She lied about McDonald's. She said she worked in McDonald's. She said she worked in McDonald's. Oh, she worked over the French fries. It was so hot. The heat, it was so hot. She'd burn her hand every once in a while on the grease. Oh, McDonald's. It was a lie. She never worked at McDonald's.
In Japan's Ishikawa region, one person has died and at least 7 others are missing after unprecedented rains triggered floods and landslides on Saturday. Authorities ordered tens of thousands to evacuate as 12 rivers burst their banks following recent heavy rainfall. In addition to the fatality, 3 people remain unaccounted for, with 2 reportedly swept away by river currents. 4 workers restoring a quake-damaged road in Wajima are also missing after a landslide hit. Rescue efforts are underway, but landslides have blocked access to affected areas. Thousands of homes are without power and water, while communication services are disrupted. Over 44,000 residents in Ishikawa and nearby areas have been urged to evacuate. Lebanon's Hezbollah movement, which has been exchanging fire with Israel for months, on Saturday announced that 2 commanders of its elite operations unit had been killed by an Israeli strike on Beirut, which authorities said left 37 people dead. Israel said the strike killed the head of Hezbollah's elite Radwan force, Ibrahim Aqil, and several other commanders. The Israeli military said it was again hitting targets belonging to the Hezbollah terrorist organization in Lebanon without elaborating. The Iran-backed group later said it targeted at least 7 military positions in northern Israel and the annexed Golan Heights with rockets. Just to watch the news now, still staying on the news concerning Hezbollah Deputy Chief Naim Qasim on Sunday said his group was in a new phase in its battle against Israel, which it has waged from across the Lebanese border since the Gaza war erupted. While speaking at the funeral of senior Hezbollah commander killed in an Israeli strike on Friday, Qasim said they are ready to face all military possibilities and will not be stopped by threats. At least 16 Hezbollah members were killed in the strike, while Lebanon's health ministry put the death toll at 45, including civilians. Qasim said Hezbollah attacks on Israeli military production facilities and on air base near northern Israel's Haifa on Sunday were part of the new open reckoning.
لسنا بحاجة إلى إطلاق التهديدات ولن نحدد كيفية الرد على العدوان. لقد دخلنا في مرحلة جديدة عنوانها معركة الحساب المفتوح.
In the meantime, Lebanese Health Minister Firas Abiad says the death toll from 2 waves of communication device explosions across Lebanon and Israeli airstrikes targeting Hezbollah military leaders in a Beirut building has risen to 70. Let's take you to next news this time. Let's take a look at business. Well, the Central Bank of Nigeria says it has temporarily withdrawn the monetary, credit, foreign trade and exchange policy guidelines for fiscal years 2024 to 2025 document published on Tuesday, September 17, 2024. It said the revocation of the document is to minimize the risk of any further misrepresentation or misinterpretation resulting in confusion among stakeholders. It disclosed this in a new statement published on its website on Friday. Meanwhile, the new release was, however, not signed by any CBN official. A Kenyan court had ruled on Friday that Facebook's parent company Meta could be sued in the East African nation over the dismissal of dozens of content moderators by a contractor. Last year, the content moderators sued Meta and 2 contractors, saying they lost their jobs with Sama, a Kenya-based firm contracted to moderate Facebook content for trying to organize a union. They said they were then blacklisted from applying for the same roles at another firm, Majorel, after Facebook changed contractors. Meta has previously responded to allegations of a poor working environment in Kenya by saying it requires partners to provide industry-leading conditions. Majorel has said it does not comment on pending or active litigation. We'll go for another break, and when we return, we'll bring to you more news. In the world of sports, Matchday 3 hostilities in the 2024-2025 Nigeria Premier Football League began with a lot to Sevo as 2 away wins were recorded. Kabir Abdullah's late winner for Rivers United helped his side to beat Lobby Stars by a lone goal at the Lafayette City Stadium. Finidi George of Rivers United extended his unbeaten run to 3 matches since he took charge of the side. Also, El Kanemi Warriors defeated Nasarawa United in a 7-goal thriller in the second game of the day at the Lafayette City Stadium. Despite bagging the first hat-trick of the season, Anas Yusuf's goals didn't help his side to victory as the Solid Miners suffered defeat at home.
Every victory, we'll take it. We are so happy. Yeah, but it's just again, this is nothing. We have to go back and prepare for next game.
Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen played a key role in Galatasaray's 3-1 victory over rivals Fenerbahce in the Intercontinental Derby on Saturday evening. Osimhen, starting ahead of strikers Mauro Icardi and Michy Batshuayi, displayed excellent teamwork with former Napoli teammate Dries Mertens assisting in the build-up to Galatasaray's second goal. The match opened with Galatasaray taking the lead in the 20th minute through an own goal by Fenerbahce's Dominik Livakovic. Just 8 minutes later, Osimhen brilliantly controlled the ball with his chest in the penalty box, setting up Mertens, who slotted it past Livakovic to make it 2-0. In the second half, Galatasaray extended their advantage in the 59th minute when Gabriel Sara found the back of the net, assisted by Lucas Torreira. Fenerbahce responded 4 minutes later with a penalty from Edin Dzeko, reducing the deficit to 3-1. However, Osimhen and his team held firm, securing the derby victory. Daniel Dubois defeated all expectations as he blasted Anthony Joshua out in 5 rounds at Wembley Stadium. Dubois retained the IBF heavyweight world title, but it was a stunning upset as he took apart the acclaimed former 2-time world heavyweight champion. A monstrous right hand to the chin dropped Joshua heavily in the first round. In the second round, he swarmed all over him and Joshua was shipping severe shots and was saved by the bell in the third round. But a Dubois left hook tipped him over at the start of the fourth round. Joshua lost his footing afterwards, which was not ruled a knockdown, but he was in desperate danger. And that's all the news we have for you for this hour. But before we go, a quick look at some of the major stories. APC wins 11 local government areas as Okpebholo leads race for Edo Governorship seat. Department of State Services DSS frees 6 detained protesters, ready to arraign 3. And President Ruto visits Haiti to assess Kenya-led security mission. You can send in your eyewitness report to the WhatsApp number on the screen and make sure you follow us on all socials. We are at News Central TV. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 422, Star Times channel 274. You can stream live on YouTube as well as on Facebook. I'm Joe Hanson. Good evening and thanks for watching.